Hey, this is Chuck from the marketing team at Solston, and I'm going to show you how to reduce your customer acquisition costs in 5 steps using our product, Polaris. Polaris is the first psychologically intelligent AI for personalized content creation. It uses our psychological database representing 3.4 billion people globally, with data on hundreds of thousands of brands and interests and media properties to create resonant content really fast. In this example, I'm going to chat with our Zara audience about men's suits, but you can chat with any brand's audience about any product. The first step is to identify the psychological profiles of your most valuable customers. We'll use this prompt to do that. You can find all these prompts in the blog post or the description of the YouTube video, wherever you're watching this video. So you can see that Polaris very quickly identifies 5 psychological segments and the likely high lifetime value profiles for men's suits. Identifies their personality traits, values, thinking styles, and motivations, and also identifies the distinguishing high value from lower value customers. Our next step is to understand the decision-making process of high converting segments. We'll use this prompt to do that. So Polaris breaks down the high converting customers in the Zara audience, and it distinguishes the psychological factors that set them apart from those who need more marketing effort. So the key psychological accelerators, what slows down conversion for others, and a summary table so you get a nice overview of what it's telling you. The next step is to determine the most psychologically resonant messaging for each segment. We'll use this prompt to do that. Polaris, based on this audience's psychology, tells us the messaging themes that resonate. It tells you why, based on the psychological trait that the theme is appealing to. Give you some examples of copy that will resonate. Tells you the value propositions that reduce resistance and suggests some next steps. Our next step is to identify the optimal channels based on this audience's psychological traits. We'll use this prompt to do that. So Polaris has affinity data on all of its audience as well. So it knows what channels each audience and each psychological segment spends its time on. So details each one and then tells us why these channels work. Then it tells how personality traits and values shape media response. Here's a nice summary table so you can see this in an overview. The final step is to develop targeting criteria that exclude low probability converters. We use this prompt to do that. So for this audience, Polaris identifies the psychological traits that indicate low conversion or high acquisition costs. Tells the behavioral signals of low conversion likelihood and how to refine targeting criteria based on this psychological assessment. And then give some next steps. So now you're ready to reduce your customer acquisition costs in 5 steps. Polaris is free to try, so give this a shot for your brand, any product. Let me know how it goes in the comments.